Hi guys, welcome to this quick narrative battle report using the Mini Wargaming's Deathwatch campaign rules. In front of you, this is my Deathwatch Kill Team, led by Marius Chronus in the middle. He's an Ultramarine Sergeant with a power sword and a Deathwatch bolt gun. Next to him on the right is a Salamander's veteran, Zavor Shen, with the Infernus Heavy Bolter. To his right is Constantine Vorhal, a Black Templars veteran with a Power Maul and Storm Shield. Over on Marius's left is Wolfgar Icefang, a Terminator veteran with a Chain Fist and a Storm Bolter. And then to his left is Zoriel Kalon, a Dark Angels veteran with a Combi Plasma and a Plasma Pistol. Mini Wargaming have been kind enough to share these rules for free on their website. I highly recommend you checking out those Deathwatch campaign videos, and yeah, go onto their website and you're able to download these rules for free. There's some squad building rules, some bonuses for each of the chapters, which I will try to remember today. Rules for taking damage, so they're not instantly slain once you do run out of wounds. It's a bit similar to the Kill Team rules. And then an upgrade chart for lots of different upgrades depending on which veterans you have. As you can see, loads and loads of different abilities as they level up through the campaign. Each of the veterans has a fairly standard stat line, as you'd expect for each of the models. The only difference is I've given them all sergeant stats in terms of attacks, so they've all got 3 attacks each, and the standard Marine veterans have 5 wounds and the Terminator has 6 wounds. And on to the mission itself. These veterans have encountered a Space Hulk. There is a psychic presence on board and they have been tasked to investigate and eliminate the psychic presence. The veterans will land in this drop zone here, and they will move throughout the Space Hulk as they go. Their Auspex scanners have already identified some enemies nearby. These enemies will be revealed once the Deathwatch veterans get into line of sight and range, which will be 12 inches. When they are revealed, I'll roll a d6, and on a 1 to 3, there will be a number of Poxwalkers, determined by a dice roll, and on a 4, 5 or 6, it will be a single Plague Marine. They will continue to make their way through the Space Hulk until they are able to eliminate the psychic presence, which is identified at the back there by the Auspex scan blip. You'll notice there are a number of barrels throughout the Space Hulk. These can be shot by the veterans, and they will deal as many mortal wounds as there are barrels to the enemy units nearby within 3 inches. And on that note, guys, I think I'm about ready to start, so I'll be back in 2 seconds after I've moved everybody. So after movement, guys, Constantine was able to advance an extra 5 inches, so he's shot all the way forward and has revealed the first blip marker to be a single Plague Marine. As they're all in range, I'll start making some attacks. So I'll start with Zoriel and his plasma gun. He's not going to overcharge, so he's going to roll a 3 to hit. And luckily he didn't overcharge, he misses. Marius's Deathwatch Bolter. I'm not going to use the special issue ammunition today, guys. So 2 shots. They're not doing very well to start with, are they? And then the Infernus Heavy Bolter. It's not quite in range for the flamethrower, so I'll roll 3 shots for the bolter. 2 hits. 4's to wound, 2 wounds. I believe it's -1 AP. So 4 up saves. And the Plague Marine makes it. And then at the back there, it will be the Space Wolves, Wolfgar Ice Fangs, Stormbolter, hitting on 3s, all hit, wounding on 5s, 1 wound, no AP. Oh, the Death Guard Plague Marine takes 1 wound. So as Constantine advanced, he won't be able to charge, everyone else is out of range, so that will be the end of the veteran's turn. I'll be back in 2 minutes with the Death Guard turn. As the veterans see the Death Guard Plague Marine slowly lumbering forward, they notice their raw specs flash up as the rest of the blips start moving towards them. And then, to their horror, 2 more blips appear by the psychic presence. As the game goes on, guys, each round at the start of the Death Guard's turn, the psychic presence will manifest D3 more blips, which we placed, and they will slowly move down towards the veterans. Hopefully they can get there in time. So just starting now, with the Death Guard shooting, he's just moved up in front. He'll take his 2 shots at Constantine. 1 hit and 1 miss. 4 does wound. Constantine has a Storm Shield, so he'd normally have a 3-up save, but he's got a 2-up save to this because there's no AP. He makes his save. The Death Guard Plague Marine is going to charge in, and he makes it with a 4. Just going to move him around the back here. Attack behind the Storm Shield. The Plague Marine has 3 attacks, and they all hit on 3s. And in contagion range, they are strength 4 versus the toughness 3. So all 4 wound as well. There is -1 AP to a Plague Knife, so these will be back to the 3-up saves of a normal Space Marine. Ooh. 2 go through, and he takes 1 damage. Constantine fighting back now. He also has 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Is strength 7 with this power maul versus toughness 4 of a space. No, toughness 5, sorry, of a Space Marine, but it's still 3s to wound. They both wound as well. The power maul has -1 AP, so this Plague Marine is saving on a 4+, and he saves them both. That's the end of the Plague Marine's turn. Let's see what the veterans can do in response. So, everybody's shuffled up a little bit. Constantine has remained in combat with the Plague Marine, and Wolfgar is about to come in and back him up after he's shot. The Marius, and the Dark Angels veteran have both moved up, which has revealed the Poxwalkers on the next blip. And I did roll a 6 for how many Poxwalkers we have, so the big 6 is there. So on to the shooting phase. I think the Dark Angel is going to take a pop shot at these barrels. He's going to use his plasma gun. It's going to be 2 shots at this range. The barrels are toughness 4, and they don't have a save. Once they blow up, they blow up. So he's going to take his 2 shots, hitting on 3s, both hit. It's strength 7 with the plasma gun, so wounding on 3s. 1 wound, that hits the barrels, they blow up, and they cause 2 mortal wounds to the unit. Marius is now going to take his 2 shots with his bolter. hitting on 3s, 1 hit. Strength 4 versus toughness 4. The 3 does not wound. And I measured previously, the Space Wolf is able to see them with his Storm Bolter, so he's going to take 4 shots, hitting on 3s. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. 1 wound, the Poxwalkers don't have a save. 1 more is killed. I believe that's all it can see, so I'll be back just after the charge phase. Actually, I'll do that now. Wolfgar is going to charge into the Plague Marine. Oh, very small charge, but he still makes it. And why not? For the extra attacks, Zavar will run in with his Storm Bolt, Infernus Heavy Bolter. He's very much into. So on to the attacks, guys. Wolfgar has 3 attacks with his Chain Fist. It's unwieldy, so he'll be hitting on 4s. Oh no. And Zavor has 3 attacks hitting with the butt of his Infernus Heavy Bolter. He'll be hitting on 3s. 2 hits there. Strength 4 versus toughness 5. We'll be wounding on 5s. No wounds. It's not going very well for these veterans. The Plague Marine will fight back. He'll fight back into Constantine with his Plague Knife. He'll be hitting on 3s. All hit. Strength 4 versus toughness 3 within contagion range. He'll be wounding on 3s. And then Constantine has a 2-up save, which should move to a 3-up save because of the -1 AP from the Plague Knife. He saves all but 1. So he takes another wound. He's actually got 3 wounds left, not 2, not 1. And now finally fighting back with Constantine's mace. Can he do it this time? It's going to be 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. It's strength 7 versus toughness 5, so 3s to wound. 2 wounds this time. At -1 AP, the Plague Marine will be saving on 4s. And he saves them both. Okay guys, back in a second after the Death Guard's movement phase. Okay guys, after the movement phase, not too much has happened. The Plague Marines remained in combat, the Poxwalkers have shuffled forward a little bit. The Auspex blips move ever closer, and the Psychic Presence has managed to manifest 3 more blips this time. I'm starting to get a little bit worried for these veterans as they haven't been able to take out the first Plague Marine yet, but we'll see how it goes. There won't be any shooting as everyone's in combat, and these 3 Poxwalkers are going to charge into Marius and Zavor. They are both going to declare Overwatch. I'm not playing with command points in this game, guys. I'm just going to roll with the narrative and do what seems fit at the time. So the Marius is going to make his attacks with his bolt gun, and we're looking for 6s. No hits there. And Zavor is going to shoot with his plasma gun. The special rules for a Dark Angel in this mission, guys, is that he gets to roll Overwatch on a 5+. So hopefully I can get some 5s and 6s here. No. So let's see how far the Poxwalkers roll. See how far the Poxwalkers charge. I believe a 5 will do it. Yeah, they're in on a 5. So the Poxwalkers have 2 attacks each. So we hit them on 4s. Their strength is 3 versus the Space Marine's toughness of 3 right now. These are all going into Marius, by the way, he's the leader. So 4's to wound. 1 wound, no AP, so Marius gets his 3-up save, which he makes. So now it's on to sort of ongoing combat. So I get to pick first, or the Deathwatch, sorry, get to pick first, which I'll go with Wolfgar and see if he can take out this last Plague Marine. So now there's 3 attacks, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 2s, both wound. At -4 AP, the Plague Marine doesn't get a save. Oops, and everyone dies. And the Plague Marine dies. And then over here, with the Marius fighting back, he'll have 3 attacks, hitting on 3s with his power sword. Brilliant. 1 hit. I believe it'll be wounding on 3s. It does wound. And the Pocket Walkers don't have a save. They've got a 7-up save, so any damage kills them. And Zoriel's attacks, he's going to have 3 attacks, just hitting with his guns, hitting on 3s, 1 hit, wounding on 3s actually, because he's strength 4 versus their toughness of 3. No, toughness of 4, so 4's to wound, still wounds. They don't have a save, so that's another one dead. So after that, guys, made a little bit of progress, managed to finally get rid of that last Plague Marine, and I'll come back after the Deathwatch's movement. So after a bit of movement, guys, the Dark Angel Zoriel has stayed in combat. Marius, being an Ultramarine, he is able to move out of combat and still shoot, so he's moved up. Wolfgar has moved up and to get into position to aid Zoriel in his fight. Constantine and Zavor have both moved up, as Constantine just wants to be in the fight. Being a Black Templar, he's on his crusade. So yeah, and then by moving up here, that revealed these 2 blips to be one lone crazed poxwalker with big clubs on his fists, holding this corridor, and another Plague Marine over on this side. So yeah, guys, I'll move straight into my shooting. Zoriel will actually use his plasma pistol, so he'll take 1 shot, hitting on 3s, brilliant. Wounding on 3s, no, he doesn't wound. Marius will take a shot at that Plague, actually he'll take a shot at the Plague Marine. Maybe we can get a bit of extra distance with our charge if we leave that Poxwalker there. So he'll take a shot at the Plague Marine, hitting on 3s, both hit, whoops, sorry about that. Strength 4 versus toughness of 5, so wounding on 5s. Ooh, we both wound. There's no AP, I believe, so it's a 3-up save for the Plague Marine, and he saves them both. I'll shoot Zavor's bolt rifle, heavy bolter part of his Infernus bolter, so hitting on 3s, all 3 hit. Strength 5 versus toughness 5, so wounding on 4s, 1 wound. At -1 AP, the Plague Marine gets a 4-up save, which he saves. And I will just double check whether Wolfgar has the range. I believe he does, but better make sure. He absolutely does have range. I'm playing on a very small board here. So 4 shots with his Storm Bolter, hitting on 3s. All of them hit. It is strength 4 versus toughness 5, so it will be wounding on 5s. He does get 1 wound through. There's no AP on a Storm Bolter though, so the Plague Marine gets his normal 3-up save, which he saves as well. These Plague Marines have proven to be very pesky. So on to the charge phase then. Wolfgar will charge into that Poxwalker. It's quite a long charge, so he will go around the outside, get a bit more movement. Marius, being the leader, will lead the charge into that Poxwalker. He gets a 7. He is most definitely in. Constantine will back up his leader. He's very angry. He most definitely charges up here. And yeah, I think Zavor's going to stay there. You can have another go at that Plague Marine shortly. So on to the fighting. Marius. Let's go with Wolfgar. Let's go down here first. So Wolfgar gets 3 attacks with his Chain Fist, hitting on 4s. Strength times 2, so strength 8 versus toughness 4, so it's 2s to wound. He does wound. The Poxwalker doesn't get a save because he's got a 7+ save, so that Poxwalker's dead. And Zoriel, sorry, not Zoriel. Wolfgar will consolidate 3 inches towards the nearest enemy unit. And on to this Plague Marine. Marius will take his 3 attacks with his Power Sword, hitting on 3s. Strength is +1, so strength 5 versus toughness 4. 3s to wound. The Poxwalker does not get a save. And Marius kills another Poxwalker. Brilliant. So there's no more combats to resolve. The veterans have made a good push this turn. Possibly we'll ignore that Plague Marine over there and just keep working up this way. But yeah, I'll come back to you guys after the Death Guard's movement. Okay guys, after the Plague Marine's movement, the guy over here on the right has just shuffled forward a little bit more, just to get some line of sight I guess, and some range, maybe even a charge on the veterans around here. And over here, the veterans were very unlucky with their rolls. The 3 blips moved towards them, and there are 3 Plague Marines. So the veterans have got some work to do here. This one on the end here wasn't quite in line of sight, so it hasn't revealed itself quite yet. So we'll go straight ahead with the Death Guard shooting. This Plague Marine down here is going to target Zavor. 2 shots with his bolter, hitting on 3s, both hit. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. No wounds there. And then up here, all 3 are going to go probably straight into Constantine. He's the one in front. So they'll have 6 shots between them, hitting on 3s. All of them hit there. So strength 4 versus toughness 4. They'll be wounding on 4s. 4 wounds. No AP. And Constantine has his Storm Shield, so he'll be saving on 2s. And he manages to save them all. So charge wise, I'll just double check the distances and come back to you shortly. Right guys, so the Plague Marine down here has a 6-inch charge, but it'll be +2 because of the barricade. So I'm looking for an 8 here. And he gets it. So he runs and jumps over this barricade. I will say actually, I'm pretty sure that Zavor would have flamed him with his auto-hitting flamer. So the number of shots is 5 shots. Strength 5 for a heavy flamer versus toughness 5 of the Plague Marine, so 4's to wound. He does get 3 wounds, and it is -1 AP for a Heavy Flamer, so he gets a 4-up save, this Plague Marine. And it actually takes him out, he takes 2 damage. Brilliant. And he is dead. Good shooting. And over here we have another charge. He's actually just going to charge into Constantine. Constantine doesn't have a gun, so we do want a 5-inch charge. And he's very angry, he makes it in. With this big bloody plague knife. So attacks wise, the Plague Marine has 3 attacks. Straight into Constantine, hitting on 3s. A strength 4 versus Constantine's toughness of 3 because of contagion range. So wounding on 3s. 1 wound. Constantine will have a 3-up save because the Plague Knives have a -1 AP. Constantine makes it. And he will fight back with his Power Maul, hitting on 3s. 2 hits. Strength is +3, so strength 7 versus toughness 5. So 3's to wound, 1 wound at -1 AP, so a 4-up save, and the Plague Marine makes it. Okay, that's it guys. We'll come back to you after the Veterans Movement phase. Okay guys, after the Veterans Movement, I realised I just needed to do a bit of housekeeping. So as Marius moved up, he revealed that 3rd blip to be a Plague Marine, and also I forgot to roll for the Psychic Presence's summoning, and I rolled 2 lots of Poxwalkers there. There's a 2 and a 6, and another Plague Marine here. Marius isn't quite within 12 inches to reveal what the Psychic Presence is, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands to get to it before that anyway. So starting off with the shooting phase, I think I'll start from the back here, and Zoriel is going to thread the needle through everybody and take a plasma shot at those barrels there. So at this range, he's just outside of rapid fire range, so he'll have 1 shot with his plasma gun. So hitting on 3s, he does hit. Strength 7 versus the toughness 4 of the barrels, so 3's to wound. He gets his wound. The barrels don't have a save, so they explode, and they'll do 3 mortal wounds to everything within 3 inches. So let me just double check if that gets the last guy, but it definitely kills those 2. And there's the aftermath guys. That was an absolutely heroic shot. It did kill all 3 Space Plague Marines. It killed the unit of 2 Poxwalkers, and then 3 units from the unit of 6, 3 models from the unit of 6 Poxwalkers. Massively clearing up that area for them. So then down here, I'm going to the remaining shooting. Unfortunately these guys now can no longer see anything. Marius will take his bolter shots. He'll only have 1 at this range, but he'll go into the Poxwalkers. So hitting on 3s, and it is strength 4 versus their toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. Doesn't quite get the wound there. Now on to charges, I guess. So Wolfgar is going to join in the charge with Constantine, and he gets there. 6 will definitely get him there. And Marius will actually turn around and he'll also charge back in, and he definitely gets in as well. So that's three there. I think the other 2 will just join in just for the sake of getting up the board a little bit further. So that's for Zavor. Gets in here. And Zoriel as well. And he's joined in. Everyone's fighting. Can they kill him? I'll start with Wolfgar's. 3 attacks with his Chain Fist, hitting on 4s. He's not very good with his Chain Fist. Wounding on 2s, and he doesn't wound either. Who else we got? Marius with his 3 attacks with his power sword. I'll drop that one. So 2 hits there. Strength 5, this is toughness 5, so 4's to wound, 2 wounds. Minus 3 AP on a power sword, so 6 up saves for the Plague Marine. Doesn't make them, the Plague Marine dies. The tables have turned for the veterans. Take him out, and then everyone, apart from Wolfgar, gets to make their 3-inch consolidation. Brilliant. So at the end of that turn, the veterans have managed to clear out a large portion of what was laying in front of them. And bear with me guys, and I'll come back after Death Guard's movement phase. So guys, as the veterans round the corner, they get close enough to see Dreg the Unclean, a malefic playcaster from the Death Guard, just as he summons 6 more Poxwalkers in front of him. And this blip from around the corner came around the corner to reveal himself as another Plague Marine. So they've still got a little way to go, these veterans, but we'll see what they can do. So initially we'll go on to the psychic phase now, that Dreg the Unclean is here, and he will, on a 5-up, roll a smite, which he gets, and that deals how many mortal wounds? 3 mortal wounds to, I think the closest is Marius there. Just grab a dice. And that takes him down to 2 wounds left. And then the Plague Marine shooting, they will also shoot into Marius. They can see that he's the leader. They get 2 shots each, hitting on 3s. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. 1 wound at no AP, so Marius gets his 3-up save, which he doesn't make, so he takes another wound. Will the captain die? Sergeant, sorry. That's all the shooting attacks there. So I will roll to see if the first unit of Poxwalkers make their charge. They definitely do. I'll see if Plague Marine number 1, with the flames on his head, or his backpack, does he make his charge? I think he will as well. And the final Plague Marine, does he? I'll just check if he makes it on an 8. So guys, he definitely did make it on an 8. I keep forgetting how small this board is. I did forget to do the Overwatch though, so they definitely would Overwatch. So Marius will Overwatch with his bolter and see if he can get a 6. No. And the first Plague Marine did in fact go into Salamanders with the Infernus Heavy Bolter, so he will shoot the Heavy Bolter. He will not shoot the Heavy Bolter, he will shoot the Heavy Flamer and see how many shots. He gets the 6 shots. It is Strength 5 versus Toughness 5. So 4s will wound. And they are minus 1 AP, so there'll be 4-up saves for the Plague Marine. And he takes another one out in Overwatch, what a hero. And then that would have left room for the second Plague Marine to move in. I guess, really, being narrative, that would have happened 1 by 1, so he'd have had a chance to make a second attack with the Flamer. Did he get the second Plague Marine as well? So he only got 1 shot on the second shot. He did wound though. Did the Plague Marine save? I didn't save. So that Plague Marine does take 1 more wound. Wow. So on to the fight phase. We'll start with the Poxwalkers fighting into Marius. They'll have 6 shots, 6 attacks, hitting on 4s. They are strength 3 versus Marius' toughness of 3 now because of the contagion range. So wounding on 4s, 1 wound. Marius, there's no AP, so Marius has a 3-up save, which he saves. And then the Plague Marine fighting into Zavor is 3 attacks hitting on 3s, 2 miss. Strength is 4 versus toughness of 3, so wounding on 3s. And there's -1 AP, and Zavor has a 3-up save, so 4-up save from Zavor. Doesn't save. Zavor takes a wound as well. Fighting back now with the Space Marines. We're going to have Marius take his 3 attacks into the Poxwalkers, hitting on 3s. Strength 5 from the Power Sword versus toughness of 4. So 3s to wound, 1 wound. And these Poxwalkers get no save because they've got a 7-up save to start with. So we'll take this guy out. And then Zavor's attacks hit him with the butt of the Infernus Bolter, hitting on 3s, all hit. Strength 4 versus toughness 5, so 5s to wound. He gets 2 wounds, he's very angry. The Plague Marine gets 3-up save, and he manages to save them both. So yeah, at the end of the Death Guard round there's some fights going on. They've taken a lot of damage off the veterans there, but we'll see what they can do in their next turn. I'll come back to you after the movement phase. So guys, after the movement phase there, Marius has moved out of combat. Being an Ultramarine, he's able to still shoot once he's moved out of combat. Zoriel follows him through the gap, and Zavor fell out of combat with this Plague Marine and has joined them, but he won't be doing any shooting this turn. Back here, Constantine of Wolfgar have moved up, being our close combat heavy hitters. Wolfgar is going to try and take out those 2 Poxwalkers with his Combi Bolter on the way in, and they're both going to charge into this Plague Marine and see what they can do. So shooting wise then, I'll start with Wolfgar. He's got his 4 attacks into these Poxwalkers. He's hitting on 3s, 2 hits, that's all he needs. Strength 4 versus toughness 4, so wounding on 4s. He gets 1 wound, he kills one of the Poxwalkers as they have a 7-up save. And then over here, Marius is going to shoot, he's actually going to shoot back into that Poxwalker. Let's see if we can kill him. As he fell out of combat, it'll be -1 to hit, so 4s to hit both times, and then 4s to wound. He wounds once, that's all he needs. Kills that last Poxwalker. And Zoriel, unfortunately, is not able to shoot at Dreg because of the Poxwalkers in the way, so he's just going to take his shots. He'll shoot his plasma, rocket fire 2, 1 hit. Strength unlocked, he's going to wound them on 2s. He does wound, no save for a Poxwalker, so that just kills 1. There. And then back down here, we're going to charge in with Constantine and Wolfgar. So Constantine first, he's definitely in. The Plague Marine will fire Overwatch to see if he can do anything, but he doesn't hit. And then Wolfgar's charge, he's also in as well, so he'll go around here. As the 3 up here, as Marius has fallen out of combat, he won't be able to charge, and the other 2 haven't got any close combat weapons, so they won't be charging either. Well, sorry, and Zoriel fell out of combat, so he won't be. Sorry, Zavor fell out of combat, so he won't be charging either. So onto the fight phase. We'll go with Wolfgar's Chain Fist. Can you do it this time? Hitting on 4s, wounding on 2s, It's -4 AP. The Plague Marine won't have a save, so that does kill the Plague Marine. And they can both consolidate their 3 inches. Rough 3 inches there. And that's it. That's the end of the Space Marine's turn. The veterans are into the final room of this Space Hulk. They have found their target. Will he survive? I'll come back after the Death Guard movement phase. And we come back in the Death Guard turn. The Poxwalkers have shuffled around the barricade. Greg's looking a bit nervous now. He was only able to summon 1 Plague Marine to assist. But we'll go on to his psychic phase now. We'll see what he can do. He's going to smite. And he does on a 7. I think that's going to hit Wolfgar. I think he's slightly closer. So we'll see how many wounds that does to him. It only does 1 wound. He starts with 6, so he's actually got 5 remaining. The Plague Marine is going to take some shots. He's going to shoot. He can see Marius is the leader and he's looking wounded. He's going to take his 2 shots into Marius, hits once and wounds once. Marius has a 3-up save, which he makes it. Yeah, finally the Poxwalkers are going to charge. This unit over here charging into Wolfgar. 5 will definitely make it. Wolfgar will overwatch them though. Can he get any 6s? He does get a 6. Strength 4, toughness 4, so force to wound. He doesn't wound though. And these Poxwalkers on this side, they're going to charge into Marius. And they make it 2. Marius is going to fire his overwatch. 6s to hit, no hits. So we'll just move them in quickly. So the first 2 here I'll attack with first. They hit on 4s, 2 hits. They are strength 4 versus the Terminator's toughness of 3 now because of the contagion. So 3s to wound, 1 wound, no AP, and a Terminator has a 2-up save, which he saved. And then over to Marius, with the 3 Poxwalkers attacking him, hitting on 4s, not very good, only 1 hit. Wounding on 3s though, does wound. Marius has a 3-up save, which he fails. So Marius is actually taken down by Poxwalkers. So going back to the fight backs, and then we'll see what Marius's fate is shortly. So fighting back, Wolfgar has 3 attacks with his Chain Fist, hitting on 4s, 2 hits, wounding on 2s, both wound. The Poxwalkers have a 7-up save, so they're both dead. So as Marius is the first model down, I need to roll in this table and see what happens to him. So he rolls a 3, so 2 to 3, minor wounds, add 1 wound token to the model. So Marius is still in the fight, he's down to 1 wound and he has 1 wound token, which will then modify that table roll next time if he's unable to regain any wounds. Which he won't in this campaign because I don't have any way of regaining wounds. But yeah, so he's still here, he's still kicking, and he gets to fight back with his 3 attacks against these Poxwalkers. He'll be hitting on 3s. He hits 3 times. His strength 5 versus the toughness 4 of the Poxwalkers. So 3s to wound. He does only get 1 wound. And that does kill a Poxwalker, sorry, because they don't have very good saves. Good. So yeah, that's it for the Death Guard turn. We'll see what the Deathwatch are able to do in their next turn. So after that, guys, Marius has remained in combat. He's going to hold off those 2 Poxwalkers while the rest of the team make their move up, see if they can achieve their goal. Marius will shoot his pistol into combat, hitting on 3s, does hit, wounding on 4s, does wound, that will kill another one of his foes. Zoriel, I think he's going to go straight for Dreg. He's going to shoot his plasma gun, 2 hot rapid fire shots, both hit. It is strength 7 versus toughness 5 of a... Let me just double check that. It was 5. So strength 7 versus toughness 5, so 3s to wound. 1 wound at minus 3 AP. Dreg will have a 6-up save. He doesn't save. Dreg takes 1 wound. He starts on a 4, so he's down to 3. Zavor, with his heavy bolter, will shoot that Plague Marine in front with 3 shots, hitting on 3s. All hit, strength 5 versus toughness 5, wounding on 4s. 2 wounds at minus 1 AP. The Plague Marine has a 4-up save. Ooh, makes 1, fails 1, it's 2 damage. Reduced by 1 because of the Death Guard rules, so the Plague Marine has 1 wound remaining. And then finally for shooting, Wolfgar Islam will make his shots with his Stormbolter into the Plague Marine. 3s to hit, strength 4 versus toughness 5, 5s to wound. He does make 1 wound. Plague Marine's got a save of 3 up. He doesn't make it. The Plague Marine's down. Okay, starting to look very open here. Constantine is definitely going to make his charge. He definitely makes his charge. Constantine's into the fight. Wolfgar will back him up. Wolfgar also makes it into the fight. Hopefully this means Drag is not long for this world. And Marius will remain in combat, fending off that Poxwalker. Dreg will actually make a pop shot at Constantine with his bolt pistol on the way in, but he completely misses. Constantine will have 3 attacks, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, strength plus 3, so strength 7 with his power maul versus Dreg's 5, so 3s to wound, 1 wound. At minus 1 AP, Dreg will have a 4-up save, which he doesn't make. That's 1 more damage for Dreg. Oh dear. And then, can Wolfgar do it? His Chain Fist hasn't done very much this game so far. Can he do this? Hitting on 4s, he hits twice. Strength 5 versus toughness. Sorry, strength 8 versus toughness 5, so 3s to wound. He wounds both times. It's minus 4 AP. It's D3 damage each. That's going to take the 2 wounds remaining off Dreg. Dreg is down. And with a heroic swing of his power sword, Marius kills the remaining Poxwalker, and this Deathwatch veteran team call for extraction and they have completed their mission. Thanks for watching, guys. That was just a bit of fun on a Saturday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm positive I got plenty of rules wrong. I definitely forgot about my levelling up system, but maybe I'll remember to do that next time. But I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers, bye.